And this time, the lights didn't flicker. They hummed, a low, vibrating hum, like something beneath the stage had just started breathing. Callum stopped mid-line. "Did you hear that?" Noor's eyes were wide. She slowly pointed upward. The ceiling rig, where the lights were bolted, was swaying. Imani checked her phone. No vibration, no alerts, no wind. Jasper tried to laugh again. Maybe the air conditioning's finally kicking in. But no one smiled. Lena turned the page to the final scene. Her hands were shaking. "Let the shadows rise," she read aloud. Before she could finish, Noor gasped. Everyone turned. Noor stood up, backing away from her chair. She pointed. On the far black curtain where no one had placed anything, there was a shadow, not cast by anyone in the room. Not moving with them, just standing, still, watching. Callum took a step forward. The lights snapped off. Silence, pitch black, and then footsteps, slow, across the stage. 1, 2, 3. The lights came back on. The shadow was gone, but Noor was no longer holding her notebook. It lay open on the stage floor. A single line was written across the 2 pages, in ink she hadn't used. If the play ends, they return to silence. If it doesn't, they stay. They didn't speak about it that night. The shadow, the footsteps, the blacked-out lights. No one wanted to be the first to say it out loud, because naming it made it real. But Noor didn't come to class the next day. Lena noticed first. Then, Jasper checked their group chat. No new messages. By evening, worry outweighed denial. They found her in the theater, alone, sitting on the stage. Facing the empty chairs, her notebook was open in her lap. She wasn't writing. She was listening. "Noor!" Lena stepped forward cautiously. No response. Callum touched her shoulder. She flinched hard and turned, eyes wide. "They don't like being ignored," she whispered. Her voice was hoarse, like she hadn't used it in days. They sat with her in the green room, a circle of coffee cups. The script in the center like a forbidden relic. No one dared touch it. Noor spoke first. Soft, controlled, but shaking. "I've seen them before. I just didn't realize what they were. Not until we read it aloud. They come at night. They sit at the corners of my bed. One of them holds a mask, but he never wears it. I think they used to be actors too." A long silence followed. Then Callum spoke up. "I woke up with lines written on my mirror, in my own handwriting, but I never touched a pen." Imani exhaled slowly. "My laptop's been recording things I haven't typed. Scenes, dialogues. I shut it down, and it turns back on." Jasper rubbed his eyes. "There's someone in my dreams now. I used to joke about ghosts. Now I think one of them follows me when I leave rehearsal." Lena nodded. "The dream I had the first night, I've had it again. But now the mirrors don't just reflect me. They watch me, like they're waiting for something." Noor shut her notebook and held it close to her chest. "They're not just showing us things," she said. "They're rehearsing through us, using us." Imani looked at the script. "Then what happens when we finish the play?" Jasper gave a hollow laugh. "Maybe that's what they want." Noor's voice cut through the silence. "No, that's when they bow, and then they step forward." 2 days passed with no rehearsals. The group agreed, silently, that something had changed. They didn't say cursed, they didn't say possessed, but no one opened the script again. It was Imani who finally said, "We need to know where this came from." 2 days passed with no rehearsals. The group agreed, silently, that something had changed. They didn't say cursed, they didn't say possessed, but no one opened the script again. It was Imani who finally said, "We need to know where this came from." The university's theater department had a small archive room in the back of the library. mostly used for dusty photos and playbills no one cared about. Imani pulled out the box labeled 1990-2000 Productions. Callum and Lena helped her go through the folders. Jasper wandered toward the microfilm machine, mumbling about real ghosts hiding in newspapers. Then Noor, who hadn't spoken much all day, froze in front of an old photo display, a black and white image, 5 people standing on a dark stage, no facial expressions, all in costume. One wore a full-face mirror mask. She pointed. Callum leaned closer. "Is that the same mask from the script?" Imani turned over the corner of the frame. A faded label. The final rehearsal, fall 1997, directed by E.C. Moreland. They all went still. Imani dug deeper. She found a student incident report, sealed, but incomplete. Pages missing. But one note had been hand-scrawled in the margins. Production canceled before opening night. All participants requested withdrawal from the department. One student, name redacted, never returned to campus. Note, all copies of the script removed from circulation per Dean's directive. Moreland placed on academic leave and did not return. Noor sat cross-legged on the floor, scanning every word. "They never finished the play," she repeated aloud, just like the voice said. Lena's voice was a whisper. "Why was it hidden?" Jasper replied, more serious than usual. "Because someone didn't want it to be found." Noor stood, eyes still fixed on the photo. "I don't think we found the script," she said. "I think it found us." Imani couldn't shake the feeling that they were missing something. While the others tried to stay away from the theater, she went back to the university library alone. There, buried in an old faculty directory, she found the full name, Elias C. Moreland. He had taught a single year, 1997 to 1998, as a lecturer in experimental theater and ritual performance. One note stood out. Mentored by Professor Ruth Hargrove, retired, Department of Dramatic Theory. A quick search showed Ruth was still alive, living just outside the city. That afternoon, Imani, Lena, and Noor drove through winding roads to a small cottage nestled in a wooded clearing. The house was quiet, like it had been holding its breath. They barely had time to knock when the door creaked open. Standing in the doorway was an elderly woman with sharp eyes. She stared at them for a long second, and then without introduction she said, "It's back, isn't it?"